This program is sponsored in part by
Municipal Credit Union, serving the financial needs of our members since 1916. MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Transit Check, saves money for commuters, lowers payroll taxes for businesses, and it's also good for the environment. With Transit Check, everyone benefits.
The Transit Managerial Benevolent Association, protecting the rights of non-represented, active, and retired managerial employees within the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. Mike Landy, President.
Con Edison, on it, working for you 24/7. We're delivering reliable service, energizing your life, empowering your business. We're people helping people every day.
Transport Workers Union Local 100, representing the 35,000 men and women who move New York. We're New York's public transit union. John Samuelson, President.
And by the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association of the City of New York, fighting for the rights of the police officers who protect New York City. Patrick J. Lynch, President.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Transit News Magazine. This month we are soaking up the sun in the beautiful and rebuilding city of Long Beach right here in Long Island's South Shore. I'm Pete Palamaro.
As you can see, the boardwalk is gone because of Hurricane Sandy, but the town is still here and open for business for the summer. I'm Mark Groce.
And to help this charming seaside resort, the Long Island Railroad is offering discounted one-day Long Beach packages so you can get away close to home.
The package includes round-trip rail to Long Beach Station, discounted admission to the beach, vendor coupons, and bus service to the West End. But before we go on tour, on this month's show,
how is New York City Transit keeping their employees healthy? I'm Helle Andersen, and I've got that story.
We all know that you can make a phone call from above ground. Now you can make a phone call from below ground as well. I'm Italo de Modica, and I've got that story. Can you hear me now?
We're coming at you right now from Swing Belly's Barbecue on West Beach Street, one of the many Long Beach businesses hit hard by Sandy, but they are back and ready to feed. Joining us now is owner Sean Sullivan. Sean, we hear you helped the community out big time in the aftermath of Sandy. Tell us about it.
We just tried to do whatever we could as far as feeding people. There was no kitchens in town, and we did a big thing for Thanksgiving up at the Rack and fed about 2,000 people turkey dinners that wouldn't have had Thanksgiving otherwise.
How much damage did you sustain here?
We had to gut the whole place. The whole kitchen turned over. Water was about 3.5 feet high.
Please tell us about your signature dishes.
We have our burnt ends nachos, our monster wings over there. We call them swings. Full rack of baby back ribs, smokehouse beans, piece of cornbread, and pulled pork and brisket with a Carolina mustard sauce on it.
Sean, best of luck to you. Thanks for your hospitality.
Thank you.
many beachfront communities sustained heavy damage during Hurricane Sandy, just like the A train out in the Rockaways. Just like Swing Bellies, the A train is back up and running. I was lucky enough to have a chance to be on the first run back to the Rockaways. After more than 7 months without service, the A train made a triumphant return to the Rockaways. Using a nostalgic train, the MTA welcomed the first passengers back.
Thank you for joining us today as we open this critically important stretch of our subway system, used by some 35,000 customers each and every day to and from the Rockaways in Queens. We finished this work about a month earlier than expected, and today marks a major milestone for New York and the MTA. With this development, the MTA is back to pre-Sandy service levels, once again serving all 5,000 square miles of our service network.
In order to rebuild the 3.5-mile stretch of the A-train service that runs across Jamaica Bay and the Flats to the Rockaways, the MTA worked day and night to repair the damage caused by Hurricane Sandy.
In fact, before we could even think about bringing service back, we had to remove 32,000 tons of debris off the right-of-way. We had to close 2 breaches in the track a distance of some over 150 feet, where the pond on the west side met the bay on the east side. We had to install 14,000 feet of wall to stabilize the railroad embankment and had to align and profile nearly 8 miles worth of track. Then we had to replace 270,000 feet of signal cable, 48,000 feet of power cable, 15,000 feet of missing or damaged third rail protection boards, more than 34,000 feet of communication cable, 9 utility cables, and 50,000 feet of fiber optic cable.
The initial assessment of the damage began the day after the storm. Once the scope of the work was compiled, the restoration began almost immediately.
Within 48 hours, Mitch was down here on the property assessing, and within another 24 hours had over 100 people on the site with heavy equipment moving in to begin the process of the cleanup and the restoration of this line. Really, it's miraculous that we're able to do everything in the last 7 months. It seems like a long period of time for riders, I know that, but when you look at the magnitude of the work and how quickly we mobilized, it was a tremendous effort.
However, the tracks weren't all that were damaged.
Broad Channel Station was part of the Sandy problem. The water actually came in and it was up to the platform height elevation. It was actually a 500-gallon tank of empty, naturally, that floated and was left on top of the platform. There was a jet ski on top of the platform. It was just crazy. So while this outage was going on, the Transit Authority thought it would be beneficial to put a contract out, for bid, and we revitalized the station. New rubbing board, new warning strips, new paint, new canopies, new windows.
After all the repairs were made, some very important features were added along the reconstructed tracks.
We actually put the sheeting wall up. The sheeting wall is 40-foot lengths. It comes 32 feet down, 8 feet up, and that should protect from any surge of water coming in, which is monumental because before you had nothing. It was a fence line that was here. We also put jetty stone. We put a lot of stone. We put a lot of soil, to help fight the erosion factor, right? And the cables now are behind the sheeting wall, so all the signal cables on the messenger are well protected.
And all of this work was indeed a monumental task.
It took brute force, grunt work, I'll say worker power, because most of the time, since we didn't have power on the train, we literally had to take the cable, put it on our back, and worker by worker, pull it off the reel, and then splice it. I mean, we've done maybe 1,000 splices out here. Like I said, we pulled 100,000 feet of cable, all different kinds of cable. So 4 miles, that's a lot of cable.
But it was important that it be done as quickly as possible.
It's back because a huge part of our city was cut off. And so bringing this back just helps the people in the Rockaways just helps them a little bit bringing life back to normal. And that's what we want to do. Get their service back, make their commute easier. That's our job, and that's what they expect of us.
Now that the work is done, the party can begin. And there are plenty of transit workers who deserve recognition.
So there's so many people to thank. Our own employees who really did a great job. Department of Buses who stepped in to make sure we had a shuttle every day. Procurement, corporate communications. I could go on and on and on. All of them had to work hard and tirelessly in order to make this happen. Just a great day today.
And what better way to celebrate the reopening than to ride some of the first trains to ever carry passengers to Far Rockaway.
The smell, the noise, everything about it. I mean, this is the way it was, and it's great to have it out here again.
You've heard the song Hooray for Hollywood. Now they're singing Hooray for the MTA for bringing service back to the Rockaways. I'm Mark Groce reporting for Transit News. We're here at the Cabana restaurant, which serves Mexican-American cuisine, and our host, Tracey Johnson. Tracey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for having us. Tell us, how were you affected by Hurricane Sandy?
Well, we were out of business for about 3 months because about 3 feet of water rolled through the restaurant, ruined most of our equipment because all the motors and electronics were under water, as well as our whole electrical system. Our wall was knocked down and our roof was damaged, so for the last 3 months we've been trying to rebuild our business as well as our home. So it's just good to be back.
Well, we're glad you're back. Tell us about your restaurant and tell us about these great dishes.
Over here we have our chimichanga, some monster burrito. We have a chicken taco basket salad. One of our most popular dishes, jerk chicken tacos. And these are our house chips and our fresh homemade guacamole.
Pete and I are going to dig right in.
I hope you enjoy it.
We sure will. Now, the Johnsons here are a prime example of successful small business ownership. The MTA is also reaching out to small business owners. Our reporter Auren Freeman caught up with some folks wishing to do business with the MTA.
The MTA recently held a conference for MWBE firms, also known as Minority Women Business Enterprise, with the hopes of partnering with these companies.
Yes, so we wanted to have our certified MWDBEs at the tables to give us an opportunity to walk around and speak to them and talk to them about their qualifications, their experiences, so we can then have further conversation as to how we can engage them in the bidding processes.
The firms selected will partner with prime contracting companies in projects varying from plumbing to construction in the Sandy rebuilding process.
The opportunities that we may have under these projects would be construction related, plumbing, lighting, AV. Those types of projects will be available under our prime contracts.
The major companies were very eager to interact with firms from the area, well aware that the rebuilding process needs local influence.
We're almost at hurricane season. It's time for us to batten down the hatches, build stronger, to protect all New Yorkers. And so no one firm is going to be able to do it. So we're here to work with other New Yorkers to help support MTA, protect citizens, and keep them moving.
Potential MWBE firms were also very excited about the opportunity.
And every time I come to one of these, I learn something new. So absolutely, I networked with some of their prime contractors. I met other small companies that I might be able to partner with. So absolutely, it was very helpful.
Now that the firms have been selected, they are eager to get to work. After experiencing major flooding and water damage, the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel is in good hands with MacDonald and Creative Environment Solutions.
What the concern is, are those contaminants in the tunnel, and our job is to test for those contaminants of potential concern to see if they are there, at what levels, and this effort is extremely important to make sure that everybody working in the tunnel or passes through the tunnel is safe.
We are actually trying to get a construction package together out for bid by November this fall. It's a tremendous amount of work, but TBTA is pushing extremely hard to get the rehabilitation together prior to winter.
We certainly appreciate the opportunity that MacDonald has given us, bringing us on the team. And we do our best to perform the quality of work that our staff performs. They have been great throughout the process, very organized, giving us good direction, and we look forward to doing more projects with them.
Anytime as engineers you can work with really good companies and a client and owner that really is proactive in trying to rehabilitate the tunnel after an event, a hurricane event like that, it gives you a sense of pride, and we're extremely happy to be working on this project.
When rebuilding our city, the MTA proved that sometimes it's best to keep things local. I'm Auren Freeman, reporting for Transit News.
Once you get off the Long Island Railroad, one of the best ways to get around the city of Long Beach is by bike. Here at Buddy's Bike Shop, you can rent a bike for a day.
And of course, it's great exercise too. New York City Transit wants its employees to get fit for life. Here's Helle Andersen with some health tips.
During the month of May, the workforce at the Jackie Gleason Depot were invited to participate in seminars and activities which support healthy lifestyle changes. They call the fair Fit for Life.
Well, one of the things that we wanted to do, we wanted to address health and employee availability in a more proactive manner. And what we felt is that we needed a shift in the business paradigm, not just focusing on the fleet, the maintenance of the fleet, but we wanted to set up supporting programs to focus on the health and maintenance of our workforce. Being healthy increases your awareness, your reaction time on the buses, it reduces stress levels, so overall it helps them to be a better public servant for the community.
The facility has a state-of-the-art gym, and I got a few exercise tips.
These are what you call alternating dumbbell curls. Bring it up, come down, bring up the right, and what does that mean? It builds up your bicep. So that's that muscle that's right there. Here's a tip on how to properly use the treadmill. You start out at a basic walk, heel to toe. Then as you get better, you can move from a walk to a trot to a jog. But it's most important that you start out heel to toe. This way, it takes the pressure off the knees.
I thought I was doing everything properly, but so Mr. Hodges came and really worked out a few things, kinks in my workout. It's really been working out. Hodges has been a great asset to this gym.
How important is it for you to work out?
It's vital to my well-being. Every day, it's part of my regimen. Come to work, you get an opportunity to come work out. I couldn't ask for a better situation.
So if you can't work out in a gym, here's some tips of what you can do if you've been driving for hours.
As a bus operator, you're at the end of the line. You just bring your knees up, which is called knee bends. Bring them in, bring them out. Also, if you work in the office, a sturdy chair, you can do the same thing. Scissor kick, knee bends, and pull.
Whether you're a bus operator or you work in an office, all you have to do is to find a sturdy wall and you can do push-ups. There are also other ways to manage your health by eating nutritious foods and by properly taking care of your body.
Being a bus driver, being a computer operator puts a lot of stress on our upper back. So we're going to talk about sitting up straight, and we're going to get our head backs kind of like this, because when we do that, we kind of slump and it wears out our spines really, really bad.
Whether you juice foods as opposed to eating the solid food, the body absorbs it faster. If you eat the solid food, the body has a habit of wasting about 30% of it. With juicing, it will absorb everything into the body, into the cells, making you healthier, making you stronger, making you better.
Fit for Life was a collaborative initiative between managers and TWU at the Jackie Gleason Depot and has proven itself to be a great success.
Actually, I've got a lot of inquiries from a number of different depots, and we've been lucky enough to have the support of our acting president, Carmen Bianco, of the vice president of Human Resources, Ms. Dawn Pinnock, and it looks like it's catching on. It doesn't get any better than that.
To help spread the word and to help jumpstart a healthy lifestyle, the Jackie Gleason Depot kicked off their very own Biggest Loser contest.
I've been a bus operator with for the Transit Authority for 20 years. And within that 20 years, I have 4 different size uniforms in my closet. And I'm having a little struggle with the weight issue. But I feel better, more confident when I have people who I can work out with.
So I've heard you lost almost 40 pounds. Can you tell me a little bit about how you did that?
Yes, I started going to the gym. And then when I started going to the gym, I started watching what I eat. So I cut out a lot of starches and fats and stuff like that. And then we started the Insanity class, which we do 4 days a week. And so I'm in that. And within the last 2 months, I think I lost the most of the weight. So I actually lost 38.9 pounds.
If you don't eat right, this job is going to break you down. You start having cholesterol, you start having diabetes, and I'm trying to stay healthy. And with the tips and how to juice, they're doing a lot of juicing there. Before, I never used to have juicing in my diet, but now I'm learning all of that now, which is great.
Here at the Jackie Gleason Depot, employees learned not just quick fixes, but long-term lifestyle changes. I'm Helle Andersen reporting for Transit News.
Another great place to come meet your friends is right here at Minnesota's Restaurant and Tavern. We're joined now by owner Tommy Corning. Tommy, thanks for joining us. Tell us, please, what makes Minnesota so unique?
We're a very family-oriented place. We're right by the beach. We have a great outdoor setting out here, equipped with a fish pond for the kids to come and enjoy and have lunch and feed the fish.
Tommy, tell us about these 2 house specialties you brought out for us.
These are 2 original dishes to Minnesota's. Scallops, pan-seared over fresh guacamole and a tostada. And then we have a Maryland-style crab cake, BLT.
Well, Mark and I can't wait to dig in. Tommy, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Thank you guys for coming down. Beach is open.
And to get your friends off the beach and here to Minnesota's, you may want to use your cell phone. And thanks to the MTA, you can use your cell phone on some platforms. Here's Italo de Modica with that story.
The MTA recently announced
that wireless service has arrived at 30 additional underground subway stations. This network will allow subway passengers to make cell phone calls and use data.
We're absolutely thrilled to be launching the next phase of wireless coverage here in the New York subway system in Manhattan, including this extremely busy station in Times Square.
MTA officials were joined by executives from the major wireless services to demonstrate this groundbreaking capability at Times Square.
And so today, we're very happy to celebrate this event with the launch of 36 stations. We've previously been involved in the first 6 in Chelsea since 2011, and we're very proud to roll out our award-winning service to the additional stations, giving the same level of connectivity and reliability that we have for many years.
We believe our customers deserve the best, whether it's above ground or below ground, and we view this as a natural extension to our network.
The ability to make cell phone calls and use data will improve passenger safety and subway security.
God forbid an emergency should arise, individuals will be able to communicate to either the emergency dispatchers or their loved ones and let them know what's going on, or even a simple situation, if they're late for work because of a subway delay, they'll be able to contact their employer. I believe, we should be updating our tunnels and our subway systems so that everybody could get some type of frequency and be able to make a phone call.
Transit Wireless expects to provide service to the remaining 241 underground stations within 4 years and has already begun design work for the next 40 stations.
Phase 2 is Queens, all underground Queens stations, in addition to Grand Central, Bryant Park, Herald Square, and some other Manhattan stations. We are currently in the design phase. We are working with New York City Transit in the design to make sure that it fits the system and their specifications and requirements. And we are looking to start construction in fall of 2013 and complete by Q1 of 2014.
Here at the crossroads of the world, you can make a call to anywhere in the world. I'm Italo de Modica for Transit News.
Here in Long Beach, you have some really unique boutiques like Rose and I, where you can find a great selection of clothing and handmade jewelry like these bracelets by Diane Enright.
And for something really different for that special someone, we found a designer that creates jewelry out of Metro cards. Our own Celeste Faraji got some tips on how to create your own Metro card designs.
Do you want to learn how to make these accessories? I'm here with Nancy Smith. Nancy, tell me how you got started.
I saw an award ceremony on TV. A dress was made out of American Express cards, and that was my inspiration.
And what's your favorite piece that you've made so far?
I love the ballerinas. They are very joyful, and they look like Michael Jordan.
Are they Michael Jordan?
No, but they can be.
Can you show me how to make some simple designs today?
Yes.
Okay, where shall we start? Those are some really cool earrings. Can I make those?
Sure, they're very easy. And they're made out of Metro cards. Fun.
So what do I do first?
Well, first, we take Metro cards. These are nice and clean. And then we take our scissors, and depending on the thickness that you want it, you just start cutting in a spiral pattern.
So I go up to almost the end?
Yeah.
And then across?
And then across. And you're just basically going in the...
And I don't go all the way through, right?
Right. You're just going around and around. Takes less than 5 minutes to do, and these are absolutely fun to play with. If you have a cat or children, they will be amused for hours, and they're a great stress reliever.
I think I'm done. How does mine look?
Fabulous! To make a wallet, you need 2 Metro cards and 3 pieces of tape. So we put the cards together like so, and then we take our tape, replacing it on one side of the card, the other side of the card, and the bottom of the card. Fold it over, cut out any stray pieces of tape. Once you have it done, then you put your money in it. There we go. Place your dollar bill in it, and there you have a little wallet.
While Nancy's making me a matching set of earrings, if I can't make something like this myself, where can I get it?
You can go to Sustainable NYC, 9th Street and Avenue A in Manhattan.
That's great, Nancy. Thank you, and you will be helping the environment. I'm Celeste Faraji for Transit News.
I'm here with City Council member Eileen Goggin. Eileen, tell me about the recovery here in Long Beach.
In Long Beach, we have come back. We have been fighting since Sandy. We're building a stronger and safer city. We're in the process of building our boardwalk and building other parts of the infrastructure. We're back for business.
What do you want people to know who are wondering if Long Beach will be open for the summer?
The stores are open, the restaurants are open for business. We have food trucks that are set up by the 3 times a week. They're free concerts. We have a farmer's market. We have a fireworks extravaganza that's set up. We also have our crafts fair. So we're in recovery, we're moving on, we're back, we're doing very well, and we're welcoming everyone to come to the beach.
Long Beach is a great location to visit this summer, and after Hurricane Sandy, they can really use your patronage. It's just a short train ride from Penn Station, Brooklyn, and Jamaica. It boasts some superb ocean swimming, and the eateries are just a short walk away. No shoes required.
And don't forget the Long Island Railroad's Long Beach package includes discounted one-day round-trip rail to Long Beach Station, discounted beach admission, vendor coupons, and you can ride the trolley bus to the West End.
And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, email us at transitnews@nyct.com. I'm Mark Groce. Thanks for watching.
And I'm Pete Palamaro. Thanks for riding. Hey, Mark, last one in the water pays for dinner. Let's do it.
This program is sponsored in part by
Municipal Credit Union, serving the financial needs of our members since 1916. MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Transit Check saves money for commuters, lowers payroll taxes for businesses, and it's also good for the environment. With Transit Check, everyone benefits.
The Transit Managerial Benevolent Association, protecting the rights of non-represented active and retired managerial employees within the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. Mike Landy, President.
Con Edison, on it, working for you 24/7. We're delivering reliable service, energizing your life, empowering your business. We're people helping people every day.
Transport Workers Union Local 100, representing the 35,000 men and women who move New York. We're New York's public transit union. John Samuelson, President.
And by the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association of the City of New York, fighting for the rights of the police officers who protect New York City. Patrick J. Lynch, President.